Hello everyone, this is King Vector 11 and welcome back to another one of my weekly rant ramble topic videos, in which this will be the last topic of the week before other news arrives in the coming weeks to follow, and so on and so forth. In which today's topic I'd like to discuss the fact that Rockstar Games now appeals bans and suspensions across their games, their online games, which is quite shocking. But still, if you stay tuned for the information I'm going to provide to you based on links that I have found based on research I've conducted, it may not as well surprise you that much, especially considering recently there was an anti-cheat update, in which I would like to go through all those details soon after. But before I do that, I'm just going to explain to you very quickly all the sources that I provide to you in this video will be put in the description below, as well as that you even find my latest weekly update content for this week's GTLN weekly update, as well as the past week's news for my latest weekly update news video, where you can find both links in the description below. And for those who want to leave me a follow on Twitch, you can find my Twitch link in the description below as well. But without further ado, let me go right into this topic, which quite interests me, that Rockstar has finally done something like this in 11 years. Or at least chose to do something like this over 11 years, where usually if you decided to go on Rockstar support to basically announce that you are possibly false positive or tested false positive and were suspended or banned based on actions you haven't committed against Rockstar's new terms of services or community guidelines, of course you will come across a box that immediately says all bans and suspensions are final and cannot be appealed. Well, guess what? As of this week, or earlier this week, it was shared by Tez2 that you can now submit an appeal for Rockstar account bans via Rockstar support, in which there is the link provided in regards to where you can appeal for your bans, depending on whatever game you wish to appeal for, or online game rather. And there's also the support article link that proves that Rockstar has said this, in which someone will definitely like to have a strong opinion stating all of these requests will be rejected, but I digress. So here's the basically page that I found it on, but the article that discusses especially specifically this can be found at the bottom of their article. Of course, I'll show the link in the description below. But in regards to this, Rockstar Games has stated an online suspension and ban policy that was created September 18th. So they said, in question, what happens if I'm suspended or banned from Rockstar Games online services? And their answer goes as follows. Account security actions which restrict access to Rockstar Games online services are triggered by violations of our community guidelines or TOS, such as unauthorized modding in online games, which a lot of people like doing, in GTLN especially. Even after the anti-cheat update has updated earlier this week, people actually found bypasses, especially around the option where they can disable BattlEye, because they found a workaround across that and made their mod menu actually, I guess, seem like its own kernel run, I don't know, injected folder, path, file, whatever. Excuse me, I don't know what I want to say. My mind is tired. I've been awake 30 hours, so don't mind me if I have these breaks in between. Let me take a breather every so often. But I digress, let me move on. Exploiting or abusing game mechanics, manipulating protected game data and code, or otherwise interfering with other players' gameplay experience. Yeah, thank you for finally caring, Rockstar. It only took you 11 years. These actions may affect your Rockstar Games account and or your gaming system and result in either a suspension or permanent ban from accessing one or more of Rockstar Games online services, depending on the severity of the violation. Suspensions take effect immediately and will display your suspension expiration date on the alert screen that follows your removal from the session. Your suspension expiration date will also appear on the alert screen during any subsequent attempt to access an impact of Rockstar Games online service. Upon receiving a suspension, your character, along with all associated progress, property, and inventory, will be reset. When the suspension expiration date has passed, you will be able to access online play again, for the second or third time, whenever they decide to be forgiving and just decide to straight up ban you. Following suspension, any future security action or violation of our community guidelines or TOS may result in a permanent ban from Rockstar Games online services. Bans take effect immediately and do not have an expiration date. Upon receiving a ban, all access to Rockstar Games online services, including characters, progress, property, inventory, and virtual currency, will be forfeited or reset. For more information about our policies, please see Rockstar Games community guidelines and terms of service. Who cares about that? I already went through that beforehand. And of course, here is the major thing that you've especially seen right here. Rockstar Games suspension and ban decisions may be appealed using the following form, in which if you decide to click on it, like I said before, usually if you decide to try to appeal your account, it will immediately bring up this box that you cannot message in or click on anything, and other than that you only see a text box that says all bans and suspensions are final and cannot be appealed. Well, if you decide to go on Rockstar Games support, you don't click on GTA 5 or Red Dead Online or whatever you got banned from, you go on account support, and then you go to account appeals regarding my account, in which you want to appeal a ban or suspension for PC, especially like me or something. And yeah, there you go. So that's where the link is. This is what the link showcases anyways. And they would also like to state an important reminder: the Rockstar Games community guidelines apply to all our games and services, including suspension and ban appeal requests. Baseless appeals or conduct in violation of the community guidelines or TOS may result in your appeal being closed or additional actions to your account. Ooh, they're gonna take your account down if you decide to harass them and say, bitch, I didn't do shit, I've got mod, blah blah blah, whatever. Yeah, they're not gonna tolerate harassment. So be gentle with them and they might be respectful to you. Anyways, beyond this though, I also have found an article in regards to this, based on Rockstar Intel, where they stated you can now appeal GTA Online bans. Where they've stated, alongside the introduction of BattlEye, AntiCheat, and GTA Online, Rockstar Games are now taking unban requests. The company shared a new article on their support site titled Rockstar Games Online Suspension and Ban Policy, which I just read to you. The article goes into detail on how suspensions and bans work in their games such as GTA Online. For example, breaking Rockstar's community guidelines or TOS will result in an immediate suspension. Continued violations lead to an immediate ban. These are no expiration date. Plus, this covers all Rockstar Games online services. Everything part of your GTA Online career, such as progress, crash, and more, will be wiped. By the way, this is where I took the thumbnail from, just letting you know I didn't actually get banned. As spotted by community member Tez2, a respectable guy, he is as legit as it can get when it comes to sharing information and not starting anything like Morse Mutual, unfortunately. You can now actually appeal a ban or suspension. If you believe your penalty is simply a misunderstanding, which could be true for the most part, there is now a form you can fill out. Upon visiting the form link, right over there, I suppose, you'll be asked to enter your gamertag ID from the platform you play on. Then select which game you're banned in, either GTA Online, Red Dead Online, or all Rockstar Games game services. You must then list the date of the ban suspension, then you can write about it and submit photos and such. Some people appear to have been banned wrongfully by the new BattlEye AntiCheat, so this form makes sense for cases like that. How do you feel about ban blah 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 blah? Let us know blah 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 blah. No one cares about the rest. So that's generally what's going on. Especially that for the past many years, actually, I've even people that I've once been friends with, who I've added on Discord, they stated to me that they suddenly got suspended on GTA Online for no apparent reason. And when I tried reaching out to Rockstar to let them know, hey, my friend was actually as legit as possible in Rockstar support, they simply stated a copy paste by protocol message saying, no, sorry, we support modding, but all bans and suspensions cannot be appealed from legitimate players, and whatever the heck they said. Just quite sad. Look, I made the effort, but if that friend decided finally that my effort was futile because they didn't get them, you know, pardoned by Rockstar and let them return to GTA Online sooner than their expiration date let them, and they quit on my friendship on that, well, what can I do? Just move on at that point, right? But anyways, there's some information I'd like to share with you in regards to this pretty important topic that I would like to bring up to you guys. And now some final notes that I'd like to bring on behalf of this matter is, how does this look for the future of ban appeals for GTA Online especially? And how will they respond to these appeals from, let's say, someone who has been blatantly caught cheating, throwing God mode, being God mode, whatever the heck they do, blowing everyone up in a session or spamming bounty $10,000 or showcasing that on YouTube or something, and then they go to Rockstar's site and go like, hey, I'm not a modder, why'd you ban me? And Rockstar's gonna be like, okay, sure, go right back in the game, feel free. I wonder how they're going to respond to that, and if they're going to finally understand the difference between legitimate players and modders. Because all I know for sure when I make my Modders COD series is modders, who are especially ill-intended, are least likely to be banned by Rockstar. Before the BattlEye update, of course, rather than legitimate or innocent players. Just for playing the game and the modder decided to, oh, I don't know, report them. Because, oh, they're not like, you know, they're not modding like I am, I guess. But I don't know. Yeah, it's like I said, I'm dedicated to making videos like these for you guys to inform you of anything interesting that I found lately on Rockstar's titled, let's say, news, Rockstar related topics. So I hope you guys did find this video as informative as I tried making it, regardless if I may not sound as eagerly hyped because, I don't know, I've already been awake for 31 plus hours. Great. I think I'm gonna head to sleep right after this is done. I guess I'm gonna finish the video right there. So I'm gonna showcase the links once again in the description below. If you guys did find this video informative, and if you did wish to stay tuned for any of my content you may find interesting, regardless of how or what you find interesting on behalf of my content, well, stay tuned and I'll definitely appreciate it, and I respect you. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and of course, hopefully you don't get banned and have to deal with potential Rockstar BS. Hopefully it will not come to that point, and maybe they might actually be fair in their appeals. But that's only for someone to bring this up to my attention. We'll see what can happen. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and of course, have a good day. Oh, and by the way, before I end this video, I haven't made an update video in regards to the DDoS attacks on Rockstar's authentication servers. As far as I'm concerned, last night I tried playing GTA Online for like a few moments, but then immediately got kicked out, not because of a modder, but because their services went down once again. And when I tried reopening GTA 5, of course, I came across a screen where it just could not connect to Rockstar services and to go back to GTA 5. So once things for sure, these attacks are of course not ending officially, but I'd like to make a video on this separately to let you guys know if this situation has been fully resolved. But I don't like to go ahead of myself and say that I claim that these issues are finally resolved when these issues can still clearly happen because of a hacker who has used a botnet to directly attack and DDoS Rockstar's authentication servers, possibly even till this moment. That's all I want to say on this behalf. That's all I'm gonna say, and thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.